Hi, Sean Huxter here for Sydney Swift Shuts Down the Steam Power Punk. This is the project I've been working on for the last several months. This is an FDM printed, very poorly layered printed version, but it was a full prototype that works pretty well. Everything is in place. And what I wanted to talk about right now is not the set, because, I've done a video on this on the construction. I'll do more later when it's more complete. But for now, I wanted to show one little detail in here that when I was creating this, I wanted to have a monster villain and a human villain, and of course Sydney, who will be the hero of the tale, much like most of your Mighty Max sets. There's always a character, and then there's a monster of some sort or creature. And my creature in a steampunk world would make sense as a geared centipede, I thought, which would serpentine itself around the set. And I put gears between these pieces and these legs, which are kind of, blunt. And this is printed, originally this is printed in, this is actually a resin version of the print, but I also did it originally in FDM, and it worked out pretty well, but you could see the lines, and as a comparison, you see here. So you see here, these are like the layered lines. I mean, still, from a distance, that doesn't look too bad, and it's great for prototyping. Then this resin version, though, is like beautiful. You can't even tell where the layers are. And look at these gears. I mean, there's, like I said, this is not bad. I would have accepted this. But when I got my new resin printer, I was quite happy with the fact that I can get results like this. And this is printed in a turquoise filament. They call it mint green, but it's actually a very beautiful turquoise. And this is painted and coated with gloss spray Mod Podge, which gives it kind of a beautiful lustrous coating to it. And then I painted one as well, which I painted with a more, kind of a darker green, but they're more or less the same. And when I did this, I said, well, while I'm printing one of these, I'm going to print a double-sized version, just to keep, as a little bit, so like a souvenir or a product, whatever. And this was kind of, I didn't even bother painting this one. And when I looked at it at this size, I thought, wait a second, I might be able to do something better than that. So I did this. That is correct. So what I did is as you can tell from the first one, there's nothing bracing this gear in the center. And I just thought that working would be inside, so that the gear is like independent, and what moves the gears is in here and what holds the gears is in here. But for my practical purposes, as I wanted to do an articulated version, I couldn't do that. So I added this piece here and here, and that was fine. It doesn't detract from the look at all. And that allows me to put an aluminum pin, which is the same hinge pin I use for the hinges on these sets. Put an aluminum pin up through every piece, and now I have an articulated version of this beast. I didn't like the feet smaller. This is fine, but I didn't like these. So I remodeled it again and added some segments. So now the feet look more like menacing centipede claws, and I've added more segments. Now this is probably one more than I want, but because I would love for the tail to kind of hit and meet the head. So I think if I just did one fewer, and that would then fit what the original Velocipede looks like. But I just wanted to tell you, with resin printers, you can do something like this. I'm actually toying, by the way, but don't count on it. I'm toying with making this smaller version articulated, and I've already printed some of the parts, but it's much smaller, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I need to make bigger tolerances, and I have to change up the way certain things are done, but I might be able to do it. And this is the finished resin version of the set. And again, as you can see, there's my Velocipede right in there. If I can make this articulated like this one, I might just give it a shot. Anyway, for today, I just wanted to make a really short video to show that what's possible with 3D printing. Because you take a concept like this and then say, can I do something more with it? Answer is almost always yes. So this is my fully articulated Velocipede. Thanks for watching.